This is the Construction Leading Edge podcast from ConstructionLeadingEdge.com and ConstructionBusinessAccelerator.com. My name is Todd DeWalt. It's my job to help you, the business owner, maximize revenue and eliminate chaos so you can grow your construction business. This is the Mythbusters edition of the podcast. I'll be talking about a couple of things. I'll be talking about some common myths and urban legends when it comes to growing your construction business. I'm also going to share a couple of things that I've picked up in the past couple of years that could blow your mind. They did blow my mind, and they've really been pivotal as I've talked to lots and lots of people, successful construction business owners. I find this common thread. There's a couple of things that people don't really talk about a whole lot because it sounds a little bit out there, but we're going to talk about that today. And then I'm going to answer your questions about the Construction Business Accelerator program. And frankly, if you own a construction business and you want to get it to the next stage, if you want to have a business that works for you instead of the other way around, if you want a business that supports your ideal lifestyle instead of sucking the life and energy and money out of you, then the Construction Business Accelerator program is designed to help you do exactly that. I'll talk about a lot of the questions that I've been getting about that, but go check out the Construction Business Accelerator. Go to constructionbusinessaccelerator.com/start. Enrollment closes very quickly, August 15th. 2019, 11 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Enrollment is scheduled to close, and the doors will close. And I'm not sure when they're going to open back up again. So if you're thinking, you know what, maybe I should check this out, then go check it out. ConstructionBusinessAccelerator.com/start. There's no risk, all right? There's a 21-day money-back guarantee. So if you're thinking about it, stop thinking about it. Just go do it. Make a decision, which is something you're going to hear about. You're going to hear that term again in just a few minutes. Here we go, Mythbusters. I'm going to share some of the most common myths, like they're the big feet, if the plural of Bigfoot is big feet. These are the big feet and the chupacabras of construction business growth. All right, so first of all, I'm just going to run through several of these myths in no particular order. But these are things that I've picked up from working with construction business owners. They have these myths, these things that they believe to be true that aren't necessarily true. So the first one is what I call the silver bullet syndrome. They're always looking for the silver bullet. Like there's just one thing. There's this one home run project. It's like, man, when I just get this one thing, when I land this one contract, when I hire the right person, or I buy this piece of whatever it is, they're always looking for the one thing, looking for the big home run, like it's just going to set them for life. And the reality is there really aren't silver bullets in business. It's all about daily execution. Just like in baseball, home runs are nice, but most games are won by teams that can manufacture runs, singles, doubles, putting the ball in play, making things happen, doing the things that need to be done. In business, that means taking care of your customers, taking care of your people, listening to your customers, chopping wood, carrying water, doing the basics that need to be done every single day. So if you're constantly looking for the home run, constantly looking for this one thing that's just going to set you off for life, then you may want to take a look around, because that is not setting you up for success. And think about this. Let's say you do get the big contract. Let's say you get set for life. You have $10 million in the bank. Well, then what are you going to do? Have you ever thought about that? What if you do? If there is this magical unicorn contract and you're set for life, then what are you going to do? I can tell you, the day that you get to a point where your dreams and your best days are behind you is the day you become a miserable person, because you have nothing to look forward to. You have no purpose. And you may think that sounds crazy, but I can tell you, as a guy who has achieved a lot of his goals and been really frustrated and disappointed that it's not all about achievement. So be careful what you wish for, and stop looking for the silver bullet. Stop looking for the home run. Start focusing on what Alabama coach Nick Saban calls the process. Focus on the process. Do what is in front of you. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just Google Nick Saban, the process. Pretty fascinating stuff. All right, the next myth that I run into, it occasionally is people say things like, you know what, I've thought about growing my business, but I'm just not interested in dealing with more headaches and more stress. So my business has been the same for the last 15 years. And the myth there is that there's an assumption that growing the business means more stress. And yeah, if you extrapolate your business, if you think about, if you try to continue doing things the same way you're doing them now and just draw a straight line out from there, then yeah, it's going to be more stressful. But I can tell you, I have tripled the number of employees in a business over the course of 3 years, and the stress level went down by at least 50%. So more employees, more work, multiple markets, revenue was almost triple, employee headcount was almost triple, stress level was 50% of what it was because of systems. It's all about the system. So if you want to grow your business, you really need to put systems in place. But growing the business, you can't, here's the reality. You can grow your business, you can make more money, and it doesn't have to be stressful. The next myth is growing my business and becoming wealthy is selfish. And some people deal with this deep down. They have this issue with money. They think, oh, money is the root of all evil. Well, actually, the love of money is the root of all evil. It's not money. Money is good. Actually, money is neither good nor bad. It's a resource that you can accomplish things with. Okay? Let me say that again. Money is neither good nor bad. Money is a resource that you can accomplish things with. And actually, how you look at money colors a lot of what you believe about business. So if you believe that money is a reward for you, then you're going to behave very differently than if you think money is a resource. Okay? I don't have time to get into that, but think about that. Do you consider money to be a reward, or do you consider money to be a resource? Big difference. But let's get back to this myth that growing my business, becoming wealthy is selfish. No. Staying stuck where you're at, not growing your business, and being afraid to take the chance and grow your business, that's being selfish. Let me explain. Because there are you have future customers out there who are dealing with other contractors who don't do good quality. Their systems are a mess. They're providing bad customer service, bad experience, and your future customers are forced to deal with other contractors because you haven't grown your business. Maybe you haven't started your business. There are people working in construction companies right now who are miserable. They're just getting a paycheck. They're just going through the motions because they've got a micromanager, chicken shit boss, no leadership. They're just in it for the money. They treat them like a number, whatever the case may be, and they would love to work in construction for somebody like you who's passionate about helping people achieve what's inside them, passionate about providing a great team culture, passionate about the craft, passionate about the business. There are people who are counting on you to grow your business so they can come work for you. Not to mention subcontractors and suppliers who need you to scale your business. I mean, if you're in the construction business, look around, read some headlines. There's a housing shortage. There are businesses that are trying to find contractors who can help them grow their real estate assets so they can grow their business. People need you. People are counting on you to grow your business, and you're being selfish by not growing your business. Who are you thinking about? you're not ready, if you haven't pulled the trigger on starting your business or growing your business, you're thinking about you. So it's not selfish to want to grow your business, to serve more people. It's actually selfish to hide and stay scared. Some people also think that my business is so screwed up, or what I'm trying to achieve is just impossible with what I have. I would either have to burn it all to the ground or just start over completely. One of my favorite stories is back in World War II, during the war in the South Pacific. Charles Lindbergh showed up at an air base one day and talked to a squadron of P-38 Lightning pilots and said, guys, I've figured out some changes you can make that will help you make your missions longer. You don't need new engines, you don't need more fuel tanks, you don't need new fighter planes. You can just make some simple adjustments and you'll be able to fly longer missions. And of course, all the experts said, that's crazy. What do you know, Lindbergh? You're just a civilian. We've been flying these planes and working on these planes and fighting the Japanese for years. And long story short, they listened to Charles Lindbergh, who knew something about long-distance flight, and they were able to extend their missions from 900 miles round trip to 1,800 miles round trip, essentially tipping the balance of power in the war against the Japanese. They were able to overnight strike targets that were well out of range the day before. And I heard one crew chief in a documentary was quoted as saying, if I had to pick one single person who had the most impact in the war in the South Pacific, it was Charles Lindbergh, because he helped us put our P-38 fighter planes into overdrive and allow them to do what was impossible before, just by making a few little settings. So I'm here to tell you, you can make a few adjustments in your business, people adjustments, mindset adjustments, leadership adjustments, system adjustments, adjustments to how you sell, adjustments to the way you deal with your customers. And when you make those adjustments, there are things that you currently think are impossible that are actually possible for you. Another myth is people think, you know what, it's just going to take me years to figure it out. I have to pay my dues and I have to figure it out all on my own. Well, you know what? If that's what you believe, then that's probably what you're going to deal with. But the reality is there has never been more information available right now, and you don't have to figure it all out on your own. You can learn from other people's. Well, here are the options. You can learn from your mistakes, right? We all do that. You can also learn from other people's mistakes, which is smarter. But as one of my favorite authors, Jim Rohn, says, it's even better to learn from other people's successes. So let's avoid some of your mistakes by learning from other people's mistakes and learn from other people's successes. You don't have to figure it all out on your own. There are people out there. There are resources available to you. There are solutions available. If you take one thing away from this podcast, understand this. There is a solution out there for what you're dealing with. You need to become solution-oriented. Look for solutions, okay? If you're not happy with how your time tracking system is working, if you're having trouble tracking hourly timesheets for your employees, go look for a solution. If you're having trouble with your cash flow, understand that there's a solution out there. Constantly ask yourself this question. Is there a better way? Is there a better way to do this? There are solutions out there. You do not have to figure it all out on your own. Another myth that needs to be busted is that some people just have the gift. Some people have the gene. Some people are lucky. I guess another way to say it is other people have something I don't have. Other people Maybe they came into money, they've got the silver spoon in their mouth, their background, their race, their demographic, whatever it is, that if people are being honest, people who believe this are saying, other people have something I don't have. And that is simply just not true. That's a myth. It's an excuse, quite frankly. It's an alibi. It's an alibi. It excuses inaction. Okay? So here's the deal. To be a successful business owner requires a certain blend of characteristics. And so think about this. What are some of the characteristics of good leaders and good business owners? If you were to jot them down, you would probably say things like, well, they're good problem solvers, they are disciplined, they take action, they have high emotional intelligence, they're good with people, they have this blend of skills. And I've gone through this exercise with a few groups, and people will come up with 15 or 20 or 30 things. And then my question to them is, all right, let's go through this list and then categorize them. Are these characteristics based on genetic material? Is it something they're either born with or not? Or are they skills? And 95% of the things that end up on that list are skills, just like installing crown molding, or driving a truck, finishing concrete, creating a P&L statement. These are skills. Nobody was born with the ability to do these things. This is good news, because if it's a skill, that means you can develop that skill. You can learn it. It's not like your eye color or your height that you have no influence over. These are skills and tools that you can develop. So it's based, successful leaders, successful business owners are successful because of the skills they've developed and the tools and the formulas and the systems that they use. The next myth is, quote, I can't find good people, I can't keep good people, they don't want to work, etc., etc., etc. Listen, if you are having trouble keeping good people, if your business is a revolving door, then you need to take a good look in the mirror. You need to look at yourself. You need to look at your business. You need to look at your processes. You need to look at your culture. Because in my experience, people want to work. There are plenty of people out there. All right. I grew a business that involved people working in live sewers. Okay. And good people came to work for us, and they brought their friends who were good people, and we tripled the number of employees in this business. So it's not about the work, all right? There are people out there who want to work. I have clients who have needed to hire people, and their initial thought was, well, everybody's saying there's this skilled labor shortage and we can't find good people. And within days, they had top quality candidates lined up and in some cases hired. So they're out there, okay? But they don't want to work in a lousy culture. They don't want to be just a number, and they don't want to be micromanaged. So if you believe that there are no good people out there, then you need to take another good look. We're going to talk about this belief thing in a few more minutes. And speaking of problems, a lot of people believe that the problem is out there. Customers are difficult. I can't get good customers. Customers don't want to pay what I'm worth. There are no good subs out there. The competition is taking all my customers, all my subs. Vendors are difficult. That the perception is that the problem is out there, and that there's a perception that there's a problem. But let me ask you this: what if it's all just a perception? Because the reality is, your perception is reality. Okay. What you believe to be true is true for you. So what if the problem is not out there? What if you really were honest with yourself and you looked at yourself and you looked at your system and your business and said, you know what, it's really a lack of skills. I'm not selling enough work because I'm not following up. I'm not disciplined in my lead generation. Maybe I can't keep good people because I'm a micromanager and I'm a control freak and I can't control my temper. And I'm not really clear at communicating what my expectations are, and then I just get mad when they don't meet those magical expectations that I didn't clearly explain. What if you're not getting repeat business because your business is just a mess, because there are no systems in place? And what if you're just not selling right? What if you're not talking to your prospects in a way that they want to be sold to? What if you're just talking about sticks and bricks and features and benefits and you're not getting to the real reason that they're buying? Or if you're pricing yourself too low? This is something I see a lot of people doing, is they undercut themselves, they price the work too low, and then it all goes downhill from there. They don't have any margin in there for mistakes, and then they're really kind of screwed from day one because they cut their price down unnecessarily and shot themselves in the foot from day one. So what if the problem is not out there? And this is what I'm here to tell you. There's a myth that the problems are all out there, and I'm telling you, a lot of your problems are in here. It's in your perception. It's how you see things, okay? So I mentioned the word belief. Bear with me on this one. This could kind of blow your mind. But if you listen to some of the greats like Napoleon Hill, I talk about Napoleon Hill and the book Think and Grow Rich. If you haven't read it or listened to it, you need to. Earl Nightingale, he's an old school, I'm not sure what to call him, teacher, let's say. Some people would call him a motivational speaker. I think that's kind of cliche, but his stuff is fairly revolutionary. I would put it up there with Zig Ziglar and some of the greats like Napoleon Hill. But here's what Earl Nightingale says: "As you believe, so it shall be done unto you." As you believe, so it shall be done unto you. It actually comes from the Bible. So think about that. Your perception of your situation is your reality. So if you just consider this possibility, all right? What if your problems are not because of what's actually going on outside and around you? What if the problem is your perception and what you believe? What if you have limiting beliefs that are actually your problem? And what if you just need to change what you believe to be true? Some of these things we've talked about, these myths, these are belief patterns that are not particularly helpful. If you believe that growing equals more stress, you will probably not grow your business. If you believe that growing your business and becoming wealthy is selfish, then you probably won't do that. If you believe you have to pay your dues and struggle through it and spend a couple of years making all the mistakes, that's probably what you're going to do. If you believe that some people have the gift and that successful people have something you don't have, then that's going to affect your issues. And if you believe the problems are out there and you're unwilling to look in the mirror, then you're never going to change yourself and you're going to spend your entire life blaming other people. So think about that. As you believe, so it shall be done unto you. So if you believe people are going to screw you over, then that's probably what you're going to see. And if you believe there are no good people out there, that's what you're going to see. That is, the psychological term for that is confirmation bias. That means you will look for the things that reinforce what you believe to be true. So if you believe that millennials are all lazy and young people don't want to work and nobody wants to be in the trades and that sort of thing, then your confirmation bias is going to highlight things that reinforce that belief. Now, if you believe young people don't want to work, then I would challenge you to go to a Chick-fil-A sometime where you will be overwhelmed by smiling young people wearing belts with their pants pulled up saying, "How may I serve you? It's my pleasure." And they didn't get that way on their own. Their training, the company culture did that for them. So as you believe, so it shall be done unto you. This is one of the things that it's a little bit out there, but you need to open your mind to maybe there's some things you don't understand. This is one of the things that has really been pivotal for me in the last couple of years. Here's another myth. This one is really counterintuitive, but this is one of those common threads that I see as I talk to successful people. There's a myth that says it's good to keep your options open, that you need to be conservative, you need to keep your options open. And I would go back to one of the very first episodes of this podcast when I interviewed Tori Hawkins. And this is one of the first times I heard somebody talk about this in a business setting. Tori started a commercial construction business in 2008, which was a terrible idea from the outside looking in, right in the middle of or at the beginning of a recession. But he started a commercial business, and here's what he said. He said, I burned the boats. I took away all the other options, and I put myself in a situation where I had to succeed. And he did succeed. The last time I talked to him, his company was doing, $25 or $30 million of work. And he started the business in the middle of a recession when a lot of people believed it was impossible to even survive, much less start a business. But he took away options. He did what seemed really irresponsible by burning the ships. And this, if you're not familiar with this term, burning the ships, legend has it that when Cortez or some conquistador sailed over from Spain to Central America hundreds of years ago, they came there to conquer. And as long as the ships were still there, then his crew felt like they had an option to go back home. So when they arrived, he burned the ships, thereby taking away the options and only leaving one option. Caesar did the same thing, I guess hundreds of years before that. He, as the story goes, he was standing at the northern edge of the river Rubicon with an army, and at that time, law stated that if a general crosses the Rubicon with an army, it was an act of war, and there was no option. It was either be victorious and win the war, or you were going to die. No options. So as soon as Caesar crossed the Rubicon, the river Rubicon, there was no going back. He had crossed a threshold. There was a point of no return. So if you've heard this term, crossing the Rubicon, that's where that comes from. So what you need to do, and this is the counterintuitive part, is you need to make a decision, and you need to take other options away. You may need to put in your 2 weeks notice. If you're thinking about starting a business, then you need to pick a date and you need to tell your employer, hey, I'm quitting on this date. Maybe it's 2 weeks, maybe it's 2 months, whatever. Maybe you need to sign a contract. Maybe if you're thinking, gosh, I need to hire a superintendent or a project manager, but I'm not sure if I can do it, then what you need to do is extend that offer. Because when you make a decision, then you'll figure it out. When you make a decision, you take away options, you will figure it out. So this is the counterintuitive thing. There's this myth that it's better to keep your options open and be conservative, but in a lot of cases, if you want something to happen, then you need to make a decision. Make an irreversible decision. You need to burn the ships, cross the Rubicon, make a decision, and take away options, and you will figure it out. For example, if you want your business to run without you for a few days, then the first step is go buy some non-refundable tickets, because you'll figure it out then. So make a firm decision. So those are some myths, and hopefully that helps you. So I would challenge you to think, what are some of the myths, some of these not so helpful belief patterns that you have? All right. And this is actually one of the things that has been most powerful and most helpful for the people I work with in the Construction Business Accelerator program. And let me share a couple of things that people have shared with me. So I'm going to let you hear some audio from Thomas Andrews, who is an electrical contractor in Oklahoma. And then you're going to hear from Matt and Katiana, who run a high-end woodworking shop in Quebec. I'm going to share some audio from them in just a minute, and then I'll be right back and get into the questions about the Construction Business Accelerator program. And if you're ready to rock and roll with that program, or you want to get the details, then head on over to constructionbusinessaccelerator.com/start. Now, let's listen to what the content and the principles that folks have learned in the Construction Business Accelerator program have done for them. First up is Thomas Andrews, who's an electrical contractor in Oklahoma.
Going through the accelerator program and going through the revenue maximizer. That's kind of where I'm at, and I've kind of parked almost in the revenue maximizer, and just starting the whole right to left thinking. Just that in and of itself has seemed like a huge lead domino. It just created a compound effect of making so many other changes. I've seen that already start to work, and like I'm starting to enjoy my job, whereas I haven't enjoyed my job in a long time. I see things unfolding, and I have hope, and I'm like having fun trying to meet those goals. And so I feel like these small little things that I've done, I don't think they fixed everything for sure, but I feel like it's created a momentum to solve so many problems. For so long, I just thought my problem was just, one, I'm doing the wrong thing. I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing, and that's why I'm having all these struggles. And that was a mind thing that I've been having. And construction sucks, and you can't make any money at it. And those things were just rolling through my head, and just kind of getting over those little things. It's like I'm having fun. And that's so awesome. Some of the problems that I've had, I've just been doing it. It's kind of 2 weeks, and so the problems that I've had have the things that I had that I thought were problems aren't problems at all. And so now I'm kind of like, I'm afraid that there are things I'm not seeing. So there's real problems that I just can't see, because right now I don't have those problems where 2 weeks ago I'd been like, what do I do about this? What do I do about this? What do I do about this? I don't have those today.
Up next, we have Matt and Katiana, who run a high-end custom woodworking shop in Quebec, and they're going to talk about their experience and how life has been different since they've been applying the principles and strategies and concepts they've learned in the Construction Business Accelerator.
We started out with what our goals were, and for quite a few years we didn't really make any progress towards any of them. And it's been huge leaps towards our goals, much quicker than I ever thought possible in a short period of time. So that's nice, and I don't feel like it's an unsustainable path that we're on, which is the nice part, Right. The small business was always ups and downs, but this has been on an up, and I feel like it will continue up. So that's been probably the biggest one for me, is to see an actually real progress towards our goals that we had set out.
Yeah, real tangible results.
From day one with you, and personal and business goals at the same time. Yeah, which has been great.
Not that it wasn't expected, but I think like how quickly changes would happen for me was an unexpected thing, that we knew we'd see changes, but I didn't think it would be of this magnitude and so quickly. That's a big one for me, for sure. I don't think like I imagined by Christmas, we'd see such big changes.
Yeah, the unexpected part was a few of the the details and the exact direction you had mentioned that we should go in was, we would question, really? Okay, I'm surprised on that, but we followed that path, and it's oh, you're right. No, but that was it. It was some of those small little direction cues from you that I didn't expect, and we
wouldn't have thought of ourselves.
How do you guys feel about the return on investment you've gotten from the program?
Tenfold on what we had expected when we first signed up. I think for me, had you said that the numbers we're looking at in front of us on our board here was what we were going to see, I would have said, nah, no way.
Yeah, at least not that quickly.
Last question. What advice would you have for somebody who's thinking about signing up, but they haven't done it yet?
You should have done it a couple months ago.
Yeah.
Would be number one.
That would definitely be the number one thing. Yeah. If you're thinking about doing it now, do it yesterday. Yeah. First thing.
And I think that the one that most people are going to struggle with for that decision making is the money factor. It was what stalled us for over a year on deciding to hire a coach. Can be quite daunting in with our cash flow problems, but you just give it 1 month and I promise you it'll turn around. Like within 1 month it had already paid for itself and more, and that knowledge isn't something that is going to go away. You get it. You get to keep it.
Yeah.
You can take it home. You can use it. You can use it for the future. You can use it for other things. That's been the nice part of that ROI, was that it's a very long-term investment, in what you're paying for. That knowledge is going to be with you for a very long time.
For sure. Be prepared to work, but you're going to learn a lot. And the more you learn, the more motivated you're going to be to learn more. And you're just going to want to keep learning more, because that feeling of accomplishment when you reach a goal, when you make a change and you work hard at making a change, and then when you see results, that feeling is so amazing that it just pushes you and motivates you to want to keep making changes and keep moving in that right direction.
Okay, I'm going to answer some of the most common questions, frequently asked questions about the Construction Business Accelerator program. And let's start with, when does enrollment close? It closes 11 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time on August 15th, 2019. That's really, really soon. There's not much time. Why am I closing the doors? Because it's going to operate like a college class. And if you were to sign up for a college class, you can't just join in the middle, right? There's an open enrollment period, and then you're going to go through the content together. Frankly, any kind of class is like this. And it's important to go through it together as a group. That's why enrollment is going to close. When will enrollment open up again? Because maybe you're thinking, this time's not right, I'm busy. You know what? I don't know. I don't know when it's going to open up. But here's the thing. If you don't have time, if you think you don't have time, then that's actually a really good reason to go ahead and sign up for the Construction Business Accelerator, because it's going to create time for you. It's going to help you put systems in place that will create time for you. And here's the reality. I've had people, I've been running the Construction Business Accelerator for the past little over 2 years, and I have people that say this over and over when enrollment's open. It's just not a good time. It's just not a good time. Well, listen, it's never a good time. That's an excuse, all right? It's just not a good time. That's an excuse, all right? Stop hiding behind that excuse. If you don't think you have time, then you need to make a decision that you're going to do something different to have time. And that's what the Construction Business Accelerator is going to do for you. What is included? What am I going to get out of my membership if I join the Construction Business Accelerator? Well, here's what you're going to get. Peace of mind. You're going to get peace of mind knowing that you're using strategies and systems that are proven and tested by other contractors. These are not the ravings of a madman. These are proven systems. You're also going to get less stress and frustration because you're not going to have to figure all this stuff out by yourself, by trial and error, which is very painful and expensive. Some people, frankly, don't survive the trial and error process. You're going to get accountability to maintain forward motion on the things that you know you need to do, right? You know that you need to be doing these things. And being part of a group and committing and investing in this is going to build in the accountability to make sure you get the stuff that you need to do. You're going to have more time. Two very important words: more time to operate strategically on your business. Think about this for a minute. If you had 4 hours a week to do something really strategic, high level, very high impact for your business, what would you do? What would you spend that 4 hours on? Would you network? Would you sell? Would you recruit, hire, train? Think about what that would do for your business. Over the course of 6 months, if you could spend 4 hours a week, that's what the Construction Business Accelerator is going to do for you. It's going to give you time so you can work on high value strategic activities for your business. You'll also be part of a community of other construction business owners just like you, so you can bounce ideas off people, share resources, share struggles. You'll hear that you're not the only one dealing with these things, which is going to encourage you, and you're going to see other people doing stuff, and that's going to give you the kick in the butt that you need. Let's just be honest. And you'll start to move toward a business that supports your ideal lifestyle. That's what you got this thing started for, right? Because you want it to support your ideal lifestyle. Here's a quick overview of some of what you're going to learn in the Construction Business Accelerator. Then I'll tell you about how it's actually delivered. You're going to learn about how to systematize every part of your business so it works for you. You'll learn how to sell on value so you can build a healthy backlog of high margin work. That's what you want, right? Healthy backlog, high margin work. You got to be able to sell on value to do that. You're going to learn how to delegate better so you can get more work done while you do less and build a rock solid team in the process. You'll get proven strategies for attracting, recruiting, hiring, and maintaining the high performance team that you want. You'll get project management secrets and hacks to eliminate cost and schedule overruns. I'm going to share strategies and hacks that I've learned from managing over $300 million worth of projects in my career, ranging from little bathroom remodels all the way up to $70 million high-rises. And you're going to learn how to maximize the productivity and therefore the profitability of your crews. You're going to learn how to create time. Screw time management, right? Let's learn how to create time, not just management. And then maybe the most important thing is how to upgrade your mindset so you get out of your own way. The reality is, if you're like most entrepreneurs, you are your own worst enemy. Sorry if that hurts, but you are probably your own worst enemy, and you need to upgrade your mindset. How does it work? All right. As a member of the Construction Business Accelerator, you're going to get access to the private online members area where you'll have access to a bunch of bonuses. You're going to get about $6,000 worth of bonuses that are available right now. I'll talk about that in just a minute, but you'll have access to that as soon as you sign up. You're also going to get a link to join the private online community only for construction business owners, and that's where you're going to be able to ask questions, bounce ideas off other people, and like I mentioned before, this will probably provide the accountability that some of you need when you see other people making progress and getting wins, it's going to give you the kick in the butt and say, come on, man, they're doing it. I can do this too. And it's going to inspire and encourage you to take action as well. So this is a monthly subscription. And here's what you're going to get every month that you're a member. Every month we'll have a theme. Like I've got 12 months of content mapped out. The themes will include leadership, selling, creating time, growing your team, managing your clients, finance and accounting, systematizing your business. We're going to go deeper on that topic than we even have so far. You'll get one masterclass video every month where I'll do a deep dive on one topic that'll last 30, 45 minutes, maybe an hour. And for some topics, I'll be bringing in an expert guest and interviewing them. You'll be able to watch the video, you can download the audio, or you can read the transcript, whichever floats your boat. There's also going to be every month one shorter live online training that goes along with the theme, and there'll be a Q&A session where you can get your questions answered on that topic or whatever else is going on that you need help with. All the videos are going to be recorded. They'll all be available to you in the members area as long as you are a member. And you'll also get early bird discounted access to the live advance events that I plan on having quarterly. The next one's coming up October 17th and 18th in Lexington, Kentucky. If you're thinking about it, you want to grab your early bird pricing right now. But as a member, you'll get early notification about all of these events. And if you're like, what are these events? It's a 2-day live meetup for construction business owners where you can get away from your business for a couple of days, spend it with other business owners, learning from them, sharing ideas, working on your business, and I'll be doing some training as well. So that's how it works. It's a monthly membership. You're going to get super high value content every month, and you're going to be part of a community of other construction business owners doing the same thing. A couple of questions, a few more questions I want to go over that I've received. One of the questions is, how much of a commitment is there? Is there a long-term commitment, a certain number of months? The answer is no. There is no commitment. It's month to month. And if I'm not giving you value, frankly, there's a guarantee. If you sign up and you're not getting massive value out of it, you send me an email in the first 21 days, I'll give you your money back. Okay? How much time should I plan on investing in the Construction Business Accelerator? My goal is for it to be about an hour a week, no more than an hour a week. I know you're busy. The goal is to deliver this content in bite-sized chunks, super actionable, so you don't get overwhelmed and you don't feel like you're falling behind, but you can still take action and do what you need to do. Is it a course? Do I have to read books? Is there a required curriculum? The answer is no. I will be sharing resources, but again, the idea is not to overwhelm you and give you a bunch of work. I want to give you the 80 for the 20, maybe even the 90 for the 10. Super actionable stuff that you can put to work regardless of what stage you're at. Next question is, how does the community work? Well, it's an online private Facebook group, and as soon as you sign up, you'll be able to join. And what's in that for you is if you have questions about something, like, hey, I need help with this situation, or I've got a weird employee situation, or a weird customer who's asked me for this thing, what do you guys think? You can post that in the Facebook group and get questions. I'll jump in there sometimes and answer stuff, and the rest of your fellow Construction Business Accelerator members can share as well. So it's a great way to avoid painful mistakes. What are some of the themes? I mentioned that. We're talking about systems, selling, delegation, basically a lot of the content that I teach my one-on-one coaching clients, and I'm going to make it available to you at a much more affordable rate. Another question is, what if I can't watch the live training? What if I'm not available when it's live? No problem. It's going to be recorded, and it will essentially be like Netflix for construction business owners. If you can't watch it live, The replays will be available. You can go watch them at your leisure. Maybe some people have asked me, all right, the group sounds great, but you know what? I really need accountability. I need some built-in accountability because I know what I need to do, but I would really like some more accountability. Well, if that's you, then after you sign up, there is an option to upgrade to a peer group. And the way the peer groups will work is you will be put into a group with 4 other construction business owners similar to you that are not competitors of yours. And then I will personally lead a monthly call with your peer group where we'll talk about what do you need to focus on. And then you will hear yourself say, these are my priorities, this is what I'm going to focus on. And then on the next call, I'm going to ask you, what have you done? So you're going to have to face the prospect of getting on a call with me and 4 other people in your peer group and say, I didn't do what I said I was going to do. That's accountability. Okay? So if you want more accountability, sign up for the Construction Business Accelerator. Go to constructionbusinessaccelerator.com/start, enroll, and then you'll have the opportunity to upgrade on the next screen to a peer group level membership. Okay? If you have any questions about this, feel free to shoot me an email, todd@constructionleadingedge.com, or you know what, you can text me. If you're like, man, I got a question about this, send me a text, 859-667-2015. Another question that I've received is, who succeeds at this and who doesn't succeed? Are there like some common themes of people who succeed and some who don't? Yes, there are. The people who succeed, they show up. It's pretty simple. They show up and they implement. They are willing to embrace the fact that they don't know everything. They're open to the notion that there are things that they don't know, and they'll show up. They don't take these concepts as an allegation against themselves. They have an open mind, and they show up and they implement. That's it. People who don't succeed are the people who they want to argue, and they want to justify their current position, and frankly, they're just not fed up enough with the status quo to go through and do the work. So people who don't do the work, they don't succeed. They don't get any results. And I can tell you, it's not about the content. It's the content's great, the strategies are great, the strategies are proven. People who succeed are the people who actually do the work. So here's what you're going to get. If you, one of the things you'll learn as you go through the Construction Business Accelerator is that it's sort of hung on this framework that I call the success path. Okay, and the success path maps out the 5 different stages of the business. Stage 1 is planning your launch. So if you're planning to launch your business, then joining this program is going to help you avoid potentially years of learning curve and some potentially career-ending, business-killing mistakes. All right. Stage 2 is wearing your tools, and it's going to help you make the jump from working in the field and wearing all the hats to the next stage, which is stage 3, managing your projects. This is when you are not spending all of your time in the field. You have some field leadership, or you have good subcontractors, and you're managing your projects, focusing on putting systems in place, getting started with systems so that you can get to stage 4, which is building your systems. And at this stage, you are focusing on growing people and putting people in the right place and leading that team and building out your system so you can get to stage 5, which is building your business. And at this point, your business runs without you on a day-to-day basis. And that's where you want to be, right? So the success path will help you regardless of what stage you're at. The content will be built around that to help you get, first of all, identify where you're at and then get to the next stage. I mentioned some bonuses. I don't have time to get into those bonuses, but there's about $6,000 worth of bonuses that I want to get in your hands as soon as you enroll in the Construction Business Accelerator. So if you have questions about those bonuses and if you want to see what you're going to get instantly as soon as you enroll in the Construction Business Accelerator, then here's where you need to go, okay? And you need to go pretty quickly. Go to constructionbusinessaccelerator.com/start, START. Check it out. Go there before 11 p.m. on August 15th, 2019. Okay? That's when enrollment closes. So go to constructionbusinessaccelerator.com/start. You'll get all the details. There's a link where you can sign up. Remember, if you want to get into a peer group, then sign up for the basic membership. You'll have the opportunity to upgrade on the next screen. And you're wondering, Todd, how much does it cost? Listen, it's an absolute no-brainer, okay? I'm not going to say what the cost is on this podcast because you probably won't believe it. You'll be like, that's crazy. So you need to go there, see how much it costs. I've made this an absolute no-brainer, all right? So go there right now, and if you would like the link texted to you or you have questions about it, then send a text to this number, 859-667-2015. If you want questions about the accelerator, just put CBA in the text. If you have questions about the advance, put advance in there. Or if you'd like a phone call because you'd like to chat about it, then put call me or something like that in the text. But go there, constructionbusinessaccelerator.com/start. Send me a text, 859-667-2015, 2015, and let's do this. This is going to help you. But you have a decision to make right now, okay? The decision you have to make is you're either going to invest a very small amount of money, and actually it's not going to cost you anything because there's a money-back guarantee. So the question is, are you willing to change your habits and invest a little bit of time into your business that could change your life? Or are you going to make the decision to stay the course and continue getting the results that you have? Because not taking any action is a decision. That is a decision that you're making. You're in a situation where you have a decision to make. Are you going to check this out? Are you going to give it a try? Or are you going to continue to do the same thing and get the same results that you've been doing? That's the question. So I want to help you. I look forward to helping you and seeing the progress that you're going to make, that I know you're going to make in the Construction Business Accelerator. So go there, check it out, and I look forward to seeing you on the inside. Thanks.